What's up, you guys, and welcome to another TOnline review. This time I'll be reviewing a recent movie called Ex Machina. Ex Machina is kind of a movie that just sort of came out of nowhere, but a lot of people were surprised by it. But I haven't really heard anybody talk about it, probably because it came out around the time that Age of Ultron did. And those Marvel movies, oh boy, those take up a lot of time. But I've seen Ultron, but I decided to review Ex Machina because Ultron's being talked about everywhere on the internet, and I decided to give this one my foreboding opinion. But no spoilers, though. I'm not going to spoil this movie. This is best seen with being as clueless as possible. So what is it about? Well, okay. The story goes, the main character, Caleb, works in this company called Blue Book, which is run by a prodigy who's, like, he grew up, like, his boss or his manager, he doesn't really know this guy, but he's the one who created the company called Blue Book, which is basically this world's Google. It's like the most popular search engine, like everybody goes on it. And so Caleb enters in this contest that the guy who run it, his name is Nathan. The guy ran the contest, and Caleb ends up winning it. So Caleb gets sent out to Nathan's huge-ass property. I mean, it's huge. Like, they're flying in this helicopter. Caleb makes a comment. He's like, when are we going to reach the estate? And he's like, dude, we've been flying over this estate for, like, hours. And so it just gives you a big perspective on how huge it is. And it's beautiful, too. There's waterfalls. Like, there's mountains all over the place. I mean, you could tell that probably all this movie's budget was to get this location right here, but it's probably someone else's property. Anyways, Caleb flies here in the helicopter, and Nathan is telling him that he is going to be doing a test term there for a whole week on artificial intelligence. Now, the tourist term, not test term, the tourist term is basically the testing process on which they use to see if something is human or a machine. Like, they're going to use someone who hasn't been around this at all, which is Caleb, and see if this thing has a consciousness. Now, this thing that he is having the tourist test or tourist term with is an AI named Ava, which Nathan made himself. Ava is like the 9th one in like the many ones that he's made, and this whole movie takes place within the week that Caleb is staying at Nathan's house for this whole tourist term. And let me tell you that the trailers that you see on the commercials in this movie really make it seem like a simple movie. There is a lot more going on here. It's a movie that really makes you think. And the fact that it came out of nowhere just really impresses me. I mean, I didn't check who directed it, but the actors did a fantastic job. I think the screen work and the way the film was formatted was very unique. And I don't think I've seen a movie like this before. It's not a movie that is constantly throwing action at you like Age of Ultron. It's a movie that you really pay attention to. Like, the interactions between Caleb and Nathan seemed very real. Like, I could probably think of a few people that these guys remind me of, and it was just entertaining dialogue. It was kind of funny, too, at times. And then the interactions between Caleb and Ava are also very interesting because Ava seems very human, but whenever you see her, you see open parts of her on her body, like, you know she's a machine, but you kind of forget that because she talks to Caleb like he's a normal human, and he talks to her, but he's kind of blown away by this because it's artificial intelligence. And the whole movie it's formatted like it goes day by day. Like, each time he sees Ava, it's another day. And I don't know, I can't say any more about this movie, but it was a very interesting movie. When it ends, it really gets you thinking. Like, when I came out of the movie theater, I just couldn't process it. I was like, there's just so much going on here. But I feel like it's one of those movies that after you go see it and think about it for a while, it'll be like one of your favorite movies. I really enjoyed it, but avoid spoilers when you go and see this movie. Like, be as clueless as possible because it is a great movie. I really recommend it. Now, this is quite a different review. Usually I do go into spoilers, but I feel like it's proper to not go into spoilers here. So you get my recommendation, and that's it for this review. So I hope you had a good time watching this review. Share it around because not really that many people are talking about it, and it deserves to be talked about. So I hope you had a good time on Ride Time. I will see you all next time.